Hey, it's Melissa. Welcome to my $100,000 stock experiment, year 3, week 40, ending January 15th, 2021. This isn't an endorsement to purchase any stocks that I bought, nor an endorsement to purchase stocks in general. I'm on a mission to become a great growth stock investor, and I'm letting you watch me on my journey. Hopefully, you can learn from my mistakes and celebrate my successes. According to the IBD at investors.com, the market is in a confirmed uptrend. The S&P 500 was down 1.5% for the week. I'd like to see it hold 3750. And the daily price swings that I showed you last week, this week, all the daily swings from the high to the low were under 1% for each day, except for Friday, which was just over 1%. The Melissa Method portfolio was doing well also until Friday. I did make one purchase this week, NVIDIA Corp, but you can see that purchase amount is smaller than I typically buy. Normally I buy $10,000 worth, but I didn't have quite enough in my portfolio for that, so I bought what I could. Every time I purchase a stock, I put a stop limit order as my floor. Initially, it's 8% below the purchase price, but then I look for a better floor above that 8% limit. NVIDIA Corp, stock symbol NVDA. I was super excited to get back into it, but like I said, I didn't have quite enough money for a $10,000 purchase, so I bought what I could. $9,388. It's going to mess up my bar chart a bit, but we'll deal with that later. NVIDIA is down 6.3% since I bought it. Not so excited anymore. If I get back to my purchase price, I'll buy some more, so I'll have a full $10,000 position. And I did leave my floor at 8%. I've held this stock just the 1 week. I bought it on Monday. Every week I review my charts. Corsair Gaming, stock symbol CRSR. Corsair is down 0.5% for the week. It had gone up nicely and then it came back down. I did leave my floor at 8%. I'm giving this stock a little bit of room. I've held it for 1.6 weeks and I'm down 0.5%. Logitech International, stock symbol LOGI. Logitech is down 3.8% this week. It dropped below the 8-day simple moving average on Friday, and I'd really like to make sure this stock holds 100. I did raise my floor up to the 31-day exponential moving average at 96.04. I have 2 buys in Logitech. I have a B1 that I've held for 2 weeks and I'm up 0.8%. And then I have a B3 because I didn't have enough money for a B2, but I have a B3, which is a $4,000 purchase, and I have held that for a week and a day, and I'm down 4%. Retractable Technologies, Inc., stock symbol RVP. RVP was up 10.6% for the week, and it's finally above my 8% floor on my B1, but I still didn't set a floor. Even though it's on the chart, it's not. I don't have a stop limit order set. I've been keeping a stock journal, and on Wednesday I wrote that I had logged in to sell this stock and put my money to work in something like Corsair Gaming, but I just couldn't sell this. The volume looks like the institutions are buying, and the price has started to increase. Will it finally make a move? I'd like to see it break 1280, the high that was on 1221. So I have 2 buys in RVP. One I've held for just about 5 weeks and I'm down 6.6%. My B2 I've held for 4.5 weeks and I'm down 8.2%. I like to add to positions as stocks prove themselves, but I did not make any add-on buys this week as I'm out of cash. Don't let a double-digit gain turn into a loss. Yeti Holdings, stock symbol YETI. What happened to Yeti on Friday? It was down 4.5% and then down another 4.2% after hours. I did leave my floor where I had it last week at $70.11. It may trigger my floor, or I may just go in and sell this on Monday. I don't really like the way it's acting. Basically, it hasn't made any real price progress for 4 weeks, although it was up 0.7% this week. I have 3 buys in Yeti. I've held my B1 for 8.5 weeks and I'm up 27.4%. My B2 I've held for 7 weeks and I'm up 17.3%. and my B3 I've held for 5 weeks and I'm up 5.5%. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing, stock symbol TSM. TSM had another good week. It was up 5.5%. It is having large daily price swings for the last 7 days. I did raise my floor up to the green diagonal line, the 16-day simple moving average. And on Thursday, I wrote in my journal that TSM was up 12.5% that day after earnings, which were before market open. The last 11 days, it's also had increasing volume, which I really like. I have 3 buys in TSM. My B1 I've held for 10 weeks and it's up 36.5%. My B2 I've held for 5 weeks and it's up 20%. And my B3 I've held for just under 2 weeks and it's up almost 11%. Roku Inc., stock symbol ROKU. Roku was up 2.3% for the week, following a 20% gain last week. It's well above its 8-day simple moving average, and I did move my floor up to that 16-day simple moving average. I have 3 buys in Roku. My B1 I've held for 9.5 weeks and it's up 75%. My B2 I've held just under 8 weeks and it's up 48%. And my B3 I've held for 6 weeks and it's up just about 41%. Tesla, stock symbol TSLA. Tesla was down 6.1% for the week. It did close at its 8-day simple moving average. And I did raise my floor up to that 16-day simple moving average at 758.81. I have 3 buys in Tesla. My B1 I've held for 9.5 weeks and I'm up almost 97%. My B2 I've held for 8.5 weeks and I'm up just about 65%. And my B3 I've held for 7 weeks and I'm up just about 43%. I sold 2 stocks this week, LAC and Pool. Lithium Americas Corp, stock symbol LAC. LAC triggered the floor on Monday for an 8.5% loss, and then it bounced back. This looks like a big miss. The stock ended the week up 6. And when I was reviewing the charts over the weekend, I see that it's up 17% after hours. Ouch. I will keep an eye on this stock and see if there's a re-entry point, but it looks like I missed it. Pool Corp, stock symbol POOL. Pool triggered the floor on Friday. It's been down every day this week. My B1 I held for a week and 2 days and I lost 7.3%, and my B2 I held for a week and 1 day and I lost 8%. My current holdings bar chart shows 1 bar for each week or portion of a week that I've held a stock. Over on the left-hand side, you can see Corsair Gaming and Logitech. I've had those for 2 weeks. Logitech's in the pink. You can see it was up last week and down this week. In the green, below that 9,200 floor bar is Netflix, but I don't have an 8% loss in Netflix. I just didn't buy a full position. Roku in the red's performing nicely. RVP in the gray is just above my 9,200 floor. Tesla had a little pullback. TSM in the yellow is performing nicely. And Yeti, like I said, was even. It's in the orange. It basically has been almost flat for 4 or 5 weeks. My current dollar value gain shows my gain or my loss on my $10,000 purchase. I sort with the lowest value on the top so I can focus on getting rid of those losers. I have 3 losing stocks right now: RVP, NVIDIA, and Corsair Gaming. I also look at the percentage change for the week and sort those with the lowest value on the top as well. And I put the ones in the red box that did not beat the S&P 500 this week. NVIDIA and Tesla both had big down weeks, 6% each, and Logitech went down almost 4%. After 2 years and 40 weeks, my $100,000 has grown to $178,788 versus the S&P 500 for the same time frame has grown to $141,861. I like to look each week and see my week-to-week change. So from last week to this week, my current holdings gained $749 altogether, and the 2 stocks that I sold from last week to this week, they went down $2,000, and my new purchase went down almost $600. This chart tracks the percentage change for the week, and I did have a typo in this last week. Down at the green check mark in the bottom, my value last week, I had transposed the numbers, and instead of 180,801, I had written on this chart 180,081. The correct value is 180,801 for the week ending January 8th. And my percentage change that week, I put the gold star by it, 8.8%. That's my highest weekly gain that I've had since starting this experiment. On the left-hand side, circled in the blue, is the S&P 500 change for the week, down 1.5%. On the right-hand side, circled in the blue, is the Melissa method change for the week, down 1.1%. And in the yellow in the middle there, the S&P 500 for my experiment year, which starts mid-April, is up 35.1%, versus on the right-hand side, the Melissa method is up 23.6%. In 2020, my Melissa method portfolio was up 12.1%. This looks like peanuts compared to the U.S. Investing Championship, where Oliver Kell, highlighted there in green, got a whopping 941.1% return. I also highlighted 4 other names there in yellow. 2 of the participants had gains over 400%, and the other 2 had gains over 300%. Well done. My industry and sector breakdown shows I'm most heavily weighted still in leisure and auto. And then I put the number of buys there that I have in each of the stocks. So Roku, Yeti, Tesla, TSM, I all have 3 buys. I have 2 buys in RVP, and then I have the weird one, Logitech, with a buy 1 and a B3. And I put that S on the NVIDIA because I don't have a full position in NVIDIA. I had a smaller than normal buy. And I also have $14,000 in cash where I could make additional purchases. I attended several meetups in the past week that have made me think about how I'm trading stocks. I don't think I've been position sizing correctly, nor have I been feeding my winners. I put together a recipe for success that I'm going to try and follow, and I'll adjust as I see how it's working for me. So number 1 in the recipe for success is buying the right stock at the right time. Number 2 is get a full position, and for me that's a B1, B2, B3, and I need to be doing that quickly. I don't know exactly the percentage points that I'll be making those at, but a full position for me is a $20,000 purchase. Then I need to feed my winning stocks. Points where I can feed them, there's a lot of add-on buy points, but I'm going to keep it simple and look for ones that I'm familiar with. So I'll look for a 3 weeks tight, up 12 of the last 15 days, or a 4-week flat or square box base, and I'll be making a $4,000 add-on position at that time. I'm going to think about taking some profits on my way up, and that would be for stocks that I'm holding for a long time. I'm not going to be doing that on stocks that I'm in and out of in 4 or 5 weeks. Then I want to get out at the right time, and I'm going to watch for a re-entry point after I sell the stock. Watch me over the next few weeks as I try out this recipe. Thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for my next episode, or better yet, subscribe to my channel, The Melissa Method.